This tutorial is a continuation of the previous in which we installed Ubuntu Roaring 1304 in a Virtualbox virtual machine. In this tutorial we will enable additional configurations to enhance the user experience. Specifically, we're going to enable a feature called shared folders, which allows the user within the virtual machine to mount a directory on the host within the virtual machine, which eases file sharing. So let's log into our new virtual machine using the credentials we specified in the Roaring installation process. We're now on the Ubuntu desktop using the Unity interface, and the first step is to install Virtualbox Guest Editions. This is a suite of software which enables a number of user interface enhancements such as shared folders, also enabling the user to select from a wider variety of screen resolutions. And a complete list of all the features enabled by Guest Editions can be found on the Virtualbox website. So the first step is to select Devices and install Guest Editions. You'll be presented with a dialog asking you if you want to run the software in the CD, which has just been inserted. Select Run because we do. To proceed, you'll need to provide your credentials once again. Type your password and press Enter. This terminal shows progress of the Guest Editions installation. Since this is unattended, we're going to sit back, relax, and let it complete. Now that the process is complete, we're going to do as instructed and press Enter to close the window. To fully enable the Guest Editions, we need to reboot the virtual machine. So do that by selecting Shut Down and Restart. Wait for the virtual machine to restart, chill out, relax, do whatevs. Log in once again. Now we are ready to enable shared folders. To do so, select Devices and Shared Folders. We'll want to select the small icon of a folder with a plus on top of it, which is the button to add a shared folder. In the folder path, we specify the directory on the host machine that we want to share within the virtual machine. To select this, select the drop-down menu and hit Other. In this dialog, we select the directory on the host that we want to use. In my case, I want to use my home directory, which is home t4red, and it's already selected, so I'm going to select Choose. Now, every time I start the virtual machine, I want this directory to be shared. So I'm going to select the Auto Mount option, select OK, and OK out of the Settings dialog. Now, the directory has been mounted on a very specific point within the virtual machine, which we will browse to using a terminal. CD to the directory media, perform a listing, and we see a directory called SF_T4red. SF stands for shared folder, and T4red is the name of the directory that I shared from the host. Obviously, in your case, it will have the name of the directory that you shared. Now, let's try to enter this directory. As you can see, we get a permission denied error, so let's see why this is. And we see that the directory sftfret is owned by group vbox sf and user root. And the permissions are such that all other users cannot access the directory. So we'll need to add our virtual machine user to this group vbox sf to access the share. Do that by typing sudo add user, the name of your virtual machine user, in my case loud, and the group name, which is vbox sf. Enter your password. We've been added to the vbox sf group. For this effect to take, we need to log out and log in again. Let's again open a terminal. CD back to the media directory. CD into the shared directory. And this time we can get in, perform a listing, and I, of course, see all of the files in my host home directory, which, of course, matches what I see in an ls on my host. Now, it can be inconvenient within the virtual machine to CD to this directory media sftfret every time, so I'm going to create a symbolic link to this directory from within my VM user's home directory. So let's CD to my home directory, create a symlink using the command lns. I want the link to point to media sftfret. Use your share, of course, in that step. And I'd like it to point to a directory called shared. Now, as you can see, in my home directory, I have a link called shared. If I CD to it, I'm now in my shared directory. I can create a file to test. Hello. In my host, we see hello. Now, the next enhancement we're going to make is to perform software updates on the virtual machine. This is good practice in general to get security updates in addition to software upgrades. So, to do this, let's update our list of packages from the repositories using the command sudo apt get update. Enter our password, wait for the updates to download, and perform the update process using this command sudo apt get upgrade. This will tell us a list of all the packages that are being upgraded, as well as the size of the upgrades to be downloaded and how much additional space will be used. Let's accept the default yes to perform the upgrade. And since this process will take a bit, I'm going to end the tutorial here. Once again, thank you for watching.